Happy Sunday, everybody. It's Sandi Silva with this Chick's Chalkin. I'm a little early, so I am going to give a few minutes here. Trying to play with this little ring light. These are the coolest things. Really does seem to help. Hi, Debbie Smith. Thanks for joining tonight. Thinking if I move it this way, it'll light over here, but I'm not sure that it is doing a very good job of that. There we go. Debbie, did you have a good weekend? Okay, I think for tonight's project, I don't have a mini of enough mini. I need a tiny little mini, and I think I'm going to cut one of these down a little bit more for these vines. I think that would be good. My multi-tool will be here this week. I'm very excited about that because that has smaller ends to it. That should do it. Okay, let me make sure. I think it's off to the side a little bit, so I just want to make sure you guys can see the whole thing. Sorry, I'm going to mess with it just a little bit more. I don't want to make anybody seasick by moving it around and getting it all wobbly. Okay, there we go. So the plan tonight is to do our vintage truck, and it comes in two pieces. You can just use the one, that's completely fine. It just means that your truck body will be black, but if you want the body and the rims to be a different, or I'm sorry, wheels. Whew, I live in a house of car guys, so I should know that those are not rims, they're wheels. You can color those differently and then color this differently. And then once it's dry, you just layer this one on top of it, which is actually really easy. And then it will do, you know, the lines of another color. So tonight I'm planning to do the body in yellow. For some reason, the yellow and white combination seems to be a favorite of mine when I do these trucks. I'm going to do yellow, and then I'm going to do white in here. So, and then we're going to take our pumpkins. Now, the vintage truck is one that you buy by itself, and then you can buy the add-ons, which come in different seasons. So you have, you know, the summer one has, gone fishing with a bunch of fishing poles, bait and tackle shop, something about crates and seaside, and then there's the surfboard. Some of you may have seen me do the surfboards in the back, and then obviously the fall you've got you've got pumpkins. I think that one includes winter stuff too. I think that one has trees and things. I got this set 2 years ago, and they've changed it a little bit. But, you know, you've got options for every season, whatever you want. Easter time, they have flowers and, you know, things about picking flowers, fresh picked flowers. And then they've got Easter eggs and, you know, all kinds of cute stuff. So, I know I'm going to need my dryer, so I'm going to plug that in real quick. There we go. So that's available. Okay. And Debbie, if you have any questions while I'm going, I can see now the way I'm set up, I can see when people have comments or questions or anything. So please feel free to pop it right in the comment box, and I will answer. I'm going to take a quick sip of water, and then we'll get started. Okay. So I'm using the 9x11 Greyson board. And it comes in black on black, black with white, or it does have white with black. And I actually need to order one of those because I have a gallery wall in our living room that it would look great on. I'm not sure what I'm going to print on it yet, but I have several ideas. Usually my problem is narrowing it down. So many cute things. So little time. Okay, Debbie, if you were on here last night when I was having problems, I'm sorry about that. The software, I'm not sure what was going on. I think Windows was trying to do a download, so it was kind of messing things up a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just fuzzing this transfer because this is the first time I've used I wore out my last vintage truck, so this is the new one. So I just need to fuzz it, and if you are hearing this for the first time, that just helps kind of get a little bit of fuzz on the transfer to help it not stick so hard to the chalkboard, because these transfers are meant to be used again and again. So they can be used 8 to 12 times is what Couture says, depending on how good of care you take of them. Okay, so still it's a little bit off center, but that's fine. As long as I line up the top part to it, it really doesn't make a difference. Okay, so I'm going to use Bumblebee. I'm just going to mix it up. And it's a little thick. It should be the consistency of yogurt, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't stress yourself out. If you're doing it for the first time, it doesn't have to be perfect one way or the other. A little bit thinner is going to spread easily, but there's also, a problem if you don't have this down enough, there's a chance it can bleed more easily outside of the lines. But if it's on a chalkboard or metal or glass and non-porous surface, you can just wipe it right off. If it's a little bit thicker, there's a chance it's going to dry on your transfer too quickly. But I like having it a little bit on the thinner side. It makes it, for me, a little bit easier to work with. It just sort of glides smoothly across. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a mini squeegee. So our squeegees come in mini, and this is small. We have our angled squeegee, and we have our handled squeegee, which is the one that looks like you would wipe down a shower door with it. And then we also have our multi-tool, which has looks like like a stick, and it has thinner ends to it, so it makes it great for those finer details. There is a little bubble in here. I couldn't tell for sure, so that may cause a little problem for me as far as it may bleed out around, but if it does, I'll get a Q-tip out and wipe it off. I bet this would have been pretty in our Harvest, our new Harvest color. It's a darker goldish, I don't want to say gold, but kind of like a mustardy type of a color. Perfect, for autumn. And would have been nice for the truck, I bet. Okay. So I'm just going to lift. Oops, I forgot to do there we go. Get some white. With the very, very bottom of this jar of white. Probably no surprise that white is one you use a lot. lift from the top and peel back, and I can see that I covered everything well. That's exactly what I figured was going to happen right there. So I'm going to grab hopefully I'm going to grab a Q-tip if I have any more in here. Yep, there they are. Squirt a little water in my hand. This is distilled water, by the way, that we use if you need to thin out your chalk paste. Distilled water is best. Now, for anyone doing chalking for the first time, I do like to recommend getting a chalkboard surface when it's your first time. I think it helps calm the nerves a little bit if you're nervous about doing it, because you know you can easily clean up any mistakes. And if you get tired of looking at it, you can just wash it off. You can do it in a different color. You can do something completely different. Whatever you like. Okay, whoops. I don't know how I got water there, but get a couple of wipes. As any of you have watched before, you know I usually end up with it all over my hands. Don't know how it gets there, but it does. Okay. And I think I'm going to grab a paper towel. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to dry that a little bit. Okay, so obviously I messed that up a little bit. Let me go back over that real quick, put my transfer back down. Actually, I wonder if that's probably not going to make a difference, but I'm going to go over it anyway. So just making sure it's down good. There we go. Peel it off. Okay. That works. Okay, now give that couple seconds to finish drying. And sometimes it's dry, but it's just still, it's so warm that it still smudges. And I'm going to do the top. I don't know what color. Okay, here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to do Pick Your Pumpkin. It also has pumpkin patch. And then in here it says like locally grown, fresh grown, all these kinds of other choices that you have. But I'm going to do Pick Your Pumpkin. It's going to be a tight squeeze, but I think I can do it. Pick Your Pumpkin. I have my truck going this way, like he's just leaving the pumpkin patch. I'm going to have the arrow going this way. And then the truck, and then it'll be full of pumpkins. And I think that is going to be adorable. Again, just fuzzing it up. Yep, that's about right. Okay, I'm just going to smooth it. I want to make sure I get it on there completely. No bubbles. Okay. And I'm going to do this in, I should do it yellow and orange, or all orange. I think I'm going to do it all orange. Of course, either way would be cute, but today we go this way. Okay, so I'm using orange peel. There's our color. Looked like it was pretty well mixed up, and it was, but I thought I'd better just do it anyway, just in case. So I'm going to give it a good layer, and I'll go over it a couple of times just to make sure that it is thoroughly covering it. And you can lay lots of it on if that makes you feel more comfortable. You just want to make sure you then you go back and pull it back off. Basically, when you're ready to pull off your transfer, you should have a thin layer on it and be able to see the letters through the color. Super easy. I'm trying to think of what to compare the paste to as far as texture goes. It is kind of like yogurt or sour cream. It's, yeah, yogurt's probably the best comparison. Okay, so I just made sure I got all the edges. I didn't miss a part of a letter. Now I'm going to lift and gently pull down. And there we go. Pick your pumpkin. Get chalk crumbs on here every once in a while. Okay. I'm going to use the orange again, obviously, for the pumpkins, but it's going to be a few minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and put my lid back on. So set these over here. Okay, and I think I'm going to use white for the arrow. Mix up my white. Trying to get it out of the little cracks and crevices. There it is. A little bow would be cute on here too. With or without, either way is cute. I need to get ribbon that has pumpkins on it. Might need to give that a minute to dry. Okay, so while that's drying, I'm going to switch back and do the truck. Trying to get a rhythm here. So we do the truck, then we'll go back and do the arrow, then we'll come back and do the pumpkins last. I'm going to use the vintage truck on a pillowcase for fall. Basically this exact same thing I'm doing now on here, using our ink. And then I'm going to do, you know, with the pumpkins and everything, and then I'm going to do one for Christmas. I think I might use, I've seen it, other designers use it, and I think it's really cute. Our mini buffalo plaid print as the body, and do it in like red, be like red and black or red and white or something. It just gives it that wintry feel. And then, as you can see, I'm carefully lining this up. I'm starting with the lower part of the truck. And then I'm going to do Christmas trees in the back. And Christmas tree farm at the top. Okay, so you saw how easy that was to line up. So I'm going to do white everywhere except this. I'm going to do in a brown, probably mocha. Make it look like wood. Actually, maybe I'll do that first because I don't trust myself. I might accidentally go over it in white, forgetting that I was supposed to do something different. Oops, sorry, I need to grab another spoon. I thought I had enough out. Okay. Doing that was a good move. That's easier. Oops, I dipped the wrong end in it. That's much easier. Why didn't I do that months ago? So I'm just going over it carefully to make sure that I keep it just to the wood part. Okay. There we go. I think I need the brown anymore. All right. Now we start with the white. I think I'm going to go with a mini. So I am going where I'm going over the lines where you can see the yellow through. It is going to leave like a pin line, you know, pinstripe around it. Over the yellow. Oops, I must have gotten a little brown there. The step side should be in brown. Yeah. Well, today it will be in white. Decide what I want to do about the wheels there. I think I'll just go over the whole thing in white, and it'll be black and white. I think that's fine. Of course, if I don't like it, I can change it. Okay, I'm going to do a chalk and pull because I can tell, because I'm at the bottom of my white, it is getting a little thick, so I want to make sure, oops, make sure I got all the spots first. I want to make sure it's not going to stick to the transfer, and you know, if it dries early. Ah, cute. I just love it. What is it about the vintage trucks that are just so cute? Something pulled off of there. Let's see. Okay, so now I'll work back this way. So I'm just going to slowly go up here, just making sure that I got all the edges. This is my son's favorite transfer. He did one. He has a 71 GMC truck, and so, and it was originally, when he got it, it was a bluish color. It's kind of like an oxidized, semi-rusted blue. And so he has done one on a chalkboard for his wall. And it looks really good. Yay! Cute. The white here was a good move. I can touch up these couple of spots where it pulled the chalk off, but really it kind of looks like, kind of reminds me of his truck when we first got it, actually. Okay. While that's drying, I'll come back up here. Just want to double check and make sure I've got the room to fit the pumpkins and the arrow. Yep, that'll work. Okay. So, trying to center it. Okay, I think that's about centered. Off that goes. Alright, now I'm going to grab my dryer and go over this part just to make sure it's good and dry before I put the pumpkin transfer over. Okay. I'm done with my whites. I'll put this back here. So by the way, I'm putting all my tools in a little water bath. I've got a little bowl of water back here. That way it helps keep the paste from drying, you know, just causes extra work for me when it's really dried on. All right, now I need my orange, and there's my green. Okay. So this is the last night of Christmas in July, which was really Christmas and autumn. And because it's still summertime, we are going to go switch back. I'm going to do a few just regular around the house fun things and some seasonal things. I think I'm going to do Grill Master, the barbecue one that we have this week. And tomorrow, I'm either going to do Like a Boss or The Gathering Place. I think I'll probably do Like a Boss. They're both so cute. The Gathering Place, I think when I'm done, I'm going to put out front on our front porch. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out, it might have been too far one way. Look back this way, I think. So you can see how it's flat, or just completely flat and cut off at the bottom so that it fits right up on the brown, or on the, the part that's supposed to be the wood of the truck. And there we go. Looks like one's flying out. I'm still off a little bit. Sorry, just don't want that up on the truck. Again, I just want to make sure that there weren't any wrinkles in it. I'll deal with that when I take it off. Okay. Alrighty. Grab my orange mini again. Oops, I think I went over a stem. Down here. All right. And now, because it's going to take me a minute to get through the stems, I'm going to pull this back, and then I'm just going to lay it back down where it was. And what that does again is just keeps it, now the paste won't dry on the transfer. One more spoon. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that there are little bits up in the transfer. It looks like you know, leaves and stuff are coming off. So that's why in some areas, going up a little bit higher with the green. Okay, I think we got it. And there we go. Vintage truck coming from the pumpkin patch. When I did my Easter one, I had the Easter bunny in it and a bunch of eggs with different designs on them. And I did EB right here on the door, which was cute. It looked like he was delivering his Easter eggs. Could do a pumpkin right on the door. Huh. I don't think there's a full pumpkin, though, other than this little guy. I might circle back and do that later. But I think it's awfully dang cute. I'm really happy with how that turned out. Something about the yellow and white against the black looks really cute, too. The other one is Couture teal. Looks really cute for the truck. I've used it a couple of times as well. Okay. And if it looked super easy to do, that's because it was. Not too time intensive. What did it take? Like 25 minutes for the whole sign. And again, our transfers can be used 8 to 12 times. So you can get a lot of use out of these. Do a whole theme in your home and outside. It looks really cute on one of those flags that hangs out in front. I did that with our surfboards too. That was very cute. So if you guys have any questions or comments, if you want more information on this, please feel free to comment below. You can find this by going to chalkcouture.com/Sandi Silva, and that's SandiSilva. Our new catalog is in there, and you'll find all of these goodies. Again, I used Meadow for all the vines, and our orange peel for the pumpkins, and bright white and bumblebee. So you guys know what to order. We also have our new paste palettes, which are awesome. They give you 6 little packets of paste, so that if you don't want to order all the different jars of it, you can get just 6 packets of paste, but they come in specific palettes of colors. So they have all kinds of harvest and, you know, that kind of thing. So, again, please feel free to comment below with any questions. If you'd like more info, Club Couture members, don't forget, if you spend $50 this month on my site, then you get $20 off of your order of $100 or more in August. So, and that's only good in August. So you've got, what, 11, 12 days left to shop on the site. So there you go. That's for Club Couture members only. And of course, as always, you get the $4.99 flat rate shipping, no matter what you buy. Okay, you guys have a happy Monday. I'll see you back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And I'm going to make the decision right now that we're going to do Like a Boss tomorrow night. So super cute one. It's in the catalog if you want to take a sneak peek at it. I will also get a picture up on Facebook so you guys can see. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.